Hello everybody, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy stream. So, the plan today is pretty much just to continue with the Hildebrand questline that we started on yesterday. We do need to go over here, I believe it was, to, what is this place called again? The Golden Bazaar. We need to basically go there in order to start the quest. Before I do that, I'm just going to check something here. Sorry, I already did that recently. Let me just save side. Send the crops. Alright. So, should probably also quick before we head out. Grab the stuff. I'm gonna deal with my containers. Alright. So, we head over to Eastern Netherlands, I believe it was. Yep, Eastern Netherlands. So let's head on over there and get started on the quest. So essentially, as I've already said, it's going to be a Hildebrand quest, and I don't know how long it's going to take. We do have to go through three, what are those called again? The 3 through 3 trials, that's what they're called, in order to basically finish it up. Yeah. I guess let's talk to Ellie. Start on this, the science of deduction. And let's also turn on this. Also, I believe it was like 17 or 18 quests that I need to do, basically, in order to finish it up here. Yeah.
Perchance you are curious about the duelist's declared target? It so happens I have identified the weapon in question. The treaty blade is part of an Ishgardian noble's collection, or was, I should say. No, it has not yet been stolen. It has been purchased by an Uldon collector, the wife of a wealthy merchant living in Vesper Bay. Suffice it to say, I would be remiss in my duties as a reporter were I to not investigate her. And should the duelist strike whilst I am present? Well, I hope I needn't explain what a golden opportunity that would be. Ingratiating myself to her may prove to be the greatest challenge, though. I'm told she is a difficult woman to please. Fortunately, I am also told that she has a fondness for rare flowers, the sort to see in Camp Drubone cells. You can come along, if you'd like.
Alright. So, back down to Drybone. Or what's the Drybone it was called? Yep. Yep, Drybone. Also, it seems weird the speed at which I go through the dialogue, or I sometimes don't say anything. It's because I'm drinking some tea right now, so that kind of makes it a little bit hard, because basically I have to like go through the dialogue with my right hand only, since that's where I have my mouse. But when I'm drinking the tea, I need to use my right hand, so I have to like sit weirdly with my left hand in order to do that. Yeah.
Here you are, miss. Thank you for your patronage.
Was it for love or money that you killed him?
It was you?
Have you gone mad? That was an Amal Jaa arrow in his back. I don't even know how to shoot a bow. JA don't shoot fleeing unarmed merchants, they capture and temper them. Not that you or your victim make for convincing merchants. If you're going to misrepresent yourself, put some effort into it. Wear gloves, for God's sakes, or at least don't wave your hands in front of my face. The calluses on your fingers betray you as a veteran archer. Doubtless you used your skills to great effect 5 years ago, as did your partner. So again, I ask, was it because he took from you your share, or your sister? You don't touch a man's kin. He knew that, and yet he... Damn. I thought he did it for the money. You too, he's all yours. Yes, of course. Thank you for the help, Inspector.
At least he's competent. But when did investigating crimes become such a popular profession? It's not his job, you know, he just likes doing it. He belongs to one of Ishgard's high houses, some say he's a baron. Not at all like that buffoon Hildebrand, don't you think? I try not to think about Hildebrand. We should get going. Lady Durilda will not take kindly to wilted flowers.
Okay. So we need to go over there. Or I had it in my inventory. Might as well just use the Vesper Bay ticket. I just remembered that I didn't send out the tweet that I had prepared for the stream. Completely forgot about that. Huh. Oh well. Let's see. Seems like she is up here. Yep.
Again? As I told the last 20 who came before, if you have come looking for work, you are too late. And even if I were in need of additional security, I would not deign to hire a common adventurer. Now remove yourself from my sight before I have you removed.
Flower.
Did you really think I could be so easily manipulated? Present the right gift, speak the magic words, and you would earn my respect? What is more, a flower's beauty is fleeting. I value beauty which transcends the boundaries of time, everlasting, enduring, unchanging. Like mine. Now get out. Forgive us, Lady Durilda. We meant no disrespect. We were afraid that you would not heed our warnings otherwise. A notorious, violent thief is plotting to steal the treaty blade. You fools. I shall come to claim the collector's blade, yes? I read the mithril eye. I know full well of whom you speak, and it is none of your concern. I have a legion of guards at my disposal. Should he try, I will have him seized or worse. And even if by some miracle he should succeed, he will not escape my wrath, for I have retained the services of a certain gentleman.
Is it Hildebrand?
Ah, but you may see for yourself. Like every piece in my collection, he has been chosen with the utmost care. Now look on my peerless inspector, interlopers, and despair.
Or is it that guy we saw earlier?
Ships that pass in the night, a signal shown in the darkness.
The fucking music when it starts, it's like... Great, it's Hildebrand.
The lady cries out for a guardian, and a gentleman must needs oblige. I swear to you, here and now, I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall neither slumber nor sleep until the fiend who covets the treaty blade is brought to justice.
The fucking smile as well.
My lady, what brings you here? Are you come in pursuit of the duelist as well? Or, perchance, in pursuit of me?
As if I would spend a single gil on an insufferable, incompetent.
To be fair, you are not spending a single gil on me.
There's the guy that seems a bit more
The
competent.
chance to investigate such an intriguing case is payment enough. Preemptive declarations of criminal intent are hardly in vogue. Sorry I'm late. Busy solving a murder. Briardine, Consulting Inspector. At your service, my lady. Conniving Inspector. Consulting Inspector. Rotting Flesh and Saltpeter. Heil die Brand Manderville and Nasham Hakaraka, I presume. Two rank amateurs playing at a profession of which they know not. Call me when you've finished with these wastrels.
You see? I do not want nor need your help. Briardine is more than capable of overseeing the transfer. Now get out, all of you. Where have you been, Maria? And where is my vase? There was this strange flying thing, and the vase, I dropped it in the water. I was so. That vase once belonged to the royal house of Thorn. Do you have any idea how much it was worth? You will go back outside right now and search for my vase, and you are not to return until you find it. Do I make myself clear?
My lady, pray allow me to go in the girl's stead. It is not safe, for she herself spoke of a ferocious wild beast. With my unmatched investigative skills, I shall swiftly locate and recover the missing vase, thereby earning your respect. At which point, you will gladly grant me permission to investigate the thieving duelist. Verily, it is a plan fiendishly clever in its intricacies.
Not when spoken aloud.
Miss Maria, would you be so kind as to tell me exactly what happened?
The fuck? What is up with this fucking face
I picked
sometimes?
up the vase in Uldal like Mother said, and I was on my way home. I was crossing the bridge, and then the flying thing came. I got scared, so I ran. When I stopped, it was gone. But, so was the vase. I think I dropped it in Nafika's wells. I want to go and look. But there were scary looking things down there. I'm scared to go alone.
You are no longer alone, Miss Maria. We shall go together and look for the vase, all 5 of us.
All 4 of you. I'm going after Inspector Briardine. If the duelist strikes, I mean to be there.
But, Miss Ellie, how can you ignore the plight of a young girl for the sake of a story?
Because that's my job, you imbecile.
Well, we shall not be derelict in our duty to justice. Come, Nashu. We must away.
You don't even know what the bloody vase looks like. Maria, dear, listen, if it gets dangerous, or if you feel afraid, you run to this adventurer for help, understand?
Oh my god, Hildebrand. He is straight up just an idiot. But he's kind of a lovable idiot that you just kind of have to like in a way, even though he's an absolute dumbass in a lot of ways. Alright, so to go this way. And basically doing 3 spots apparently along this way.
That girl what run by earlier? I seen her. Had something in her hands, but dropped it while crossing the bridge. Didn't get a good look, but I reckon it don't matter any road. Whatever it was, it's long gone by now.
Okay.
A vase? Well, anything that falls in the water is like to be swept downstream fairly quickly. Does this have anything to do with that queer winged beast I saw earlier? No. Never mind, then.
Okay. Flame point both. Is that a green chicken? Also, that guy looks kind of similar to that guy that we saw at the end of the quest last time, or yesterday.
A pox upon that thieving demon bird. He shall rue the day he crossed paths with me. A vase? I know not of what you got. Curse this infernal refuse underfoot. Every point is a dagger. There is something in the water at the man's feet.
Curious objects.
Do I spy the treasured vase of Lady Duril? Over. Oh dear. Does this belong to you, child? Forgive me, I was so engrossed in my search that I did not notice. Your search for what, pray tell? The demon bird that absconded with my weapon. I set it down for but a moment, only to see it next in the talons of that accursed creature. I gave chase, following it to these waters, and in my haste I must have stepped upon your vase.
Don't fret, Maria. I know it looks bad, but I'm sure Inspector Hildebrand will think of something.
Oh, but I already have, my faithful assistant. Hearken to me now, for as the rising sun doth dispel the dark, so shall my solution resolve our dilemma. But first, we must gather as many fragments of the vase as we can find.
And like, isn't the easiest way to fix this just, I don't know, glue it back together? So what is up with that green, like, chicken? Let's see. What does that actually say? All the sultanas, juggerbows, and all the sultans and men couldn't put his face back together again. Okay.
Come to present your findings, have you? Splendid. Let's have a look. Well done, my friend. This should be more than sufficient for our needs. He has performed miracles with far less, after all.
Okay. Ooh, get mandible dance. Yeah.
There is but one person in all Eorzea capable of reconstructing this vase. A man whose skill with the hammer has brought rival goldsmiths low, so breathtaking are his works, so fearsome his competitive spirit. This man is no mere goldsmith. You speak of him as one would of a great warrior. Once, a notorious gang of thieves perpetrated a series of robberies in Ulda, targeting establishments which sold luxury goods. One such shop was owned by the humble lapidary of whom I speak. His was the last shop the thieves struck, for the following morning they were found beaten, bound, and gagged in the gold court. The brass blades never learned who was responsible. The only information they had was the testimony of a thief, who kept muttering the words, "The hammer. The hammer."
He sounds dangerous.
That he does. And I do so enjoy the company of dangerous men. But where are my manners? I have yet to properly introduce myself. I am Gilgamesh, and that is my companion, Inkiju.
Okay, so we have Gilgamesh and Enkidu.
Well, not really. It has been many moons since last I saw her, so to ease the burden of loneliness, I tamed a rooster and painted it green. In any case, you mean to search for this goldsmith, yes? If so, it would be my pleasure to help. The pleasure is all mine, Gilligan. Aldai Brand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, bid you welcome. If it is that hard for you to remember, I give you leave to call me Gil. Excellent suggestion, Greg. Playful monikers are an effective means of building camaraderie. Call me Hildy. Now then, from what I know of the goldsmith's propensity to procure his materials himself, I have deduced that he is most like to be found in the vicinity of Blufog in northern Van Allen. It is there we shall begin our search.
God, Hildebrand is just terrible sometimes with things. Can't even figure out how to pronounce the name correctly. Even when it's fucking Gil, it's the currency. It's the main currency of Eorzea. How do you miss that part up? Carcass.
The Doblin's wounds indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north.
I don't think it's been dead long. Maybe whoever did it is still around.
I have to say, Nashu seems to be a lot more competent when it comes to being a detective than Hildebrand, at least. Basilisk is felled by a hammer.
The basilisk's wounds indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north. A single blow to the head. Impressive.
Okay. And a Ahriman Carcass. And of course Hildebrand.
The Doblin, the basilisk, this Ahriman, all were slain with a hammer. As was that beast over yonder, unless I am mistaken. That Chimera must be his latest news, which means he must still be about.
Jesus.
Mayhap he is watching us at this very moment, attempting to ascertain our intentions. He was ever a cautious man when on the hunt. Alas, it comes to this. Though every fiber of my being cries out in rebellion, I must break my oath and do the unspeakable. What must you do that is so terrible? I must dance.
What?
I'm a Manderville man doing what only a Manderville can from the peaks of Coer, that's to Van Allen Manderville man.
Jesus.
I cannot avert mine eyes. That is the dance of House Manderville, passed down from father to son. Were I to perform it within sight of our quarry, he would not be able to resist revealing himself. Alas, I neglected to properly stretch my legs beforehand. My good woman, I see no other solution, you must dance in my stead. Though it be a gross, nay, unconscionable, violation of my family's traditions, I must bequeath to you the Manderville.
Okay.
You have learned the emote Manderville dance.
Hell yeah. Hell yes. Time has come for you to do what only a Manderville can.
We are as siblings now, my constant comrade, for I have shared with you the secrets of House Manderville. Now you must use that knowledge. Go to the fallen Chimera and dance like only a Manderville can.
Okay. Summon the goldsmith. This is so dumb. There's the hammer, I guess. Jesus fucking Christ.
Fancy yourself a Manderville man, you would do what only a Manderville can, then lift your legs, and put up your hands, be a Manderville, man. He comes.
What?
Ho ho ho. You have naught to fear from me, not at all. The only accounts I came to settle were with the Chimera. But you were not drawn here by some coincidence, were you? No, you came in search of me, Godbert. Why else would you gyrate your hips in such a gentlemanly fashion, if not that?
Right, so I'm pretty sure I had to do that. Like, that was the whole, what is that thing called again? The, MG, like, Gold Saucer event here not so long ago, like, right around when I started streaming Final Fantasy. And I basically had to do, like, one of those quests, because it was about to end, like, really quickly, so I wasn't able to, like, do it on stream. But during that quest, we basically see this guy, who is the owner of the Gold Saucer. And he basically, like, if I remember correctly, he basically just walks around almost naked as well. Like, I don't remember if he actually had a... Oh yeah, I think he has, like, a suit on, but only, like, the top part. Like, the bottom is basically just, like, I don't know, Speedos in a way. If I remember correctly, like, small, short shorts, hot pants-esque things.
But, more importantly, how in the hells did you learn the Manderville? If I did not teach you, then who? By the grace of Thal, what sorcery is this? He yet lives.
What? What the fuck is this? They are speed. Holy shit.
10 years since you left home, and 5 since I learned of your trip to Dalamud.
Holy shit. What the fuck? What the fuck was that entire sequence there? I haven't left that much in a while, I feel like. Jesus. Holy shit. I see now why this quest is loved, or this quest line is loved so much.
How long were you planning to allow your mother and father to suffer under the illusion that their beloved son was dead?
Oh.
You are Hildy's father? Godbert the goldsmith's a Manderville man, smithing as only a Manderville can, oil him up and give him a tan fit for a Manderville man.
Oh my god, that is close and now ruined again.
Please, father, cease your undulations at once. There are more pressing matters at hand. This antique vase must be made whole once more, for the sake of Miss Maria. Do not worry, little one, I deal with worse cases before my morning bowel movement.
Force morning shit, okay. That was fast.
Hold your applause until the end. Birgit, guide my hammer. Look how it sparkles in the twilight, how it radiates elegance. Would you all not agree that it is a work of art? You've completely destroyed a priceless antique's historical value. Nonsense. I have taken a dull, unremarkable vase and transformed it into something far superior. I hope you were paying attention, Hildy. How long has it been since you last held a hammer? Father, that is not my path. I am an agent of inquiry, an inspector. It is my duty to help those in need. Miss Maria is one such person. There are others, too, innocent people whose weapons were callously ripped from their hands by a thieving duelist. I thought you had put away childish dreams. No matter, you will understand in due time. No, I will not. I am an inspector, father. I can be naught else.
Mr. Godbert, sir, I don't think my mother's going to like what you did. She probably won't let Mr. Hildebrand help with the investigation.
We cannot say that for certain, can we? Mayhap she will take a liking to this reimagining.
What is with this fucking faces sometimes? What the hell?
You spoke of a thieving duelist, did you not? It so happens I am something of a duelist myself. Were we to cross paths with this fellow, I would welcome the opportunity to pit my skills against his. In Kiju as well, I should think. I see you two possess a strong sense of justice. Full glad am I to have met you, Greg. Now, let us return to Vesper Bay and see how our vase is received. Vesper Bay, you say? What a coincidence. I shall be traveling there on business once I have finished gathering materials. Oh, I think I might have seen the demon bird which took my weapon. Go on without me, I shall follow anon.
What the fuck? Okay, so back to Vespa Bay. Every component of an object be replaced. Could the resulting object be fundamentally considered the same? Philosophers are unsure. Godbrand does not care. Okay, let's use the tickets.
I hope she likes it. Mother, I brought you the vase. By the gods, have you all no shame? How dare you make my daughter complicit in your chicanery? I don't know where you found this gaudy trash, but it bears no resemblance whatsoever to the vase I purchased. Now see here, Lady Durilda. Not only did you send Maria to fetch your priceless vase alone, placing her in considerable danger should bandits or wild beasts attack, which they did, but...
Gaudy trash.
Lord Manderville, sir, I did not realize you had arrived. Though I know it is nothing compared to the lavish accommodations an esteemed gentleman such as yourself must enjoy, I pray my humble abode meets with your satisfaction.
This is basically the sort of outfit I was talking about that he appeared in the Gold Saucer.
Oh, it does, my lady, it does indeed, especially that exquisite vase over yonder. Although I gather from your previous comments that you do not like my reconstruction?
Your reconstruction? Oh ho ho, I don't like it, I love it. I would go so far as to call it the new centerpiece of my Thorn Dynasty collection.
Ah, what a relief. I would have been most distressed had you said otherwise. We Mandervilles do so take pride in our work and ever strive for professional perfection. Oh, but why am I repeating what my son Hildebrand doubtless told you when he offered to investigate the duelist's threats? Enough expository banter, I say.
I cannot recall if your son used those precise words, but I do remember thinking that his help would be most welcome. You will be helping us, Inspector Hildebrand, will you not?
As soon as she knows, or she finds out that it's fucking his son, it's like, oh, I'm suddenly interested in getting your help.
Wait a minute, your father is Lord Godbert Manderville, the man who took Aolandi Quiveran's seat on the Syndicate?
Wait, he's on the Syndicate, what? Didn't know that.
It appears there have been a great many developments over the past 10 years of which I was completely unaware. In any case, we must redirect our energies towards the investigation of the thieving duelist. Our first order of business will be to review all the facts with consenting Inspector Briardine.
Okay, and he's right outside.
Why are you still here? Allow me to elucidate. Lady Durilda has asked that we assist with the investigation. Now kindly share with us all your information. Fine. Our plans have advanced to a stage that even you couldn't ruin them anyway. I commissioned several reproductions of the treaty blade through a merchant named Hahanpa, who traffics in counterfeit antiques. These blades have been delivered to the observatorium, where they are being distributed amongst Lady Durilda's cell swords. Once I give the order, they will transport them via alternate routes to Vesper Bay.
Oh, I think I get it. You're hiding the real transport with a bunch of decoys, right?
They're all decoys. The moment the thief strikes, all our forces will converge on his location, including those disguised as small folk along each route. The real treaty blade will remain in the original owner's vault until the thief has been apprehended. Everything has been accounted for. You are superfluous. Mayhap we could use more small folk to watch the roads in and out of the observatorium, assuming you have the capacity to conduct yourself in an unassuming fashion. Fear not, my fellow inspector, for I am a master of disguise. Have you any information regarding the duelist himself? A description?
You never thought to ask Humphrey, did you? The thief is said to be a towering brute dressed in red who wields a halberd.
Ha ha ha. A man so garishly dressed should be easy to find in snowy Corvats. Then I suppose we don't need your help, after all, do we? Come or don't, I couldn't care less.
Be seeing you.
Pray forgive my lateness.
Gilgamesh.
Greg, my good man. What a pleasure to see you again. We just received new information regarding the weapon thief. A victim described him as a halberd-wielding brute dressed in. A ridiculous outfit. A ridiculous outfit. Ho, now I am intrigued. What reasons would a warrior have for wearing impractical clothing? Haha, what reasons indeed. It is enough to make a gentleman laugh.
God, he is so dense. Okay, we get elixirs, restore up to 28% of health, max 1,440, and restore some MP as well. 3 collectors.
Allow me to summarize our current plan of action. Our destination is the observatorium, and our mission is to pose as goodly small folk, in accordance with Inspector Briardian's instructions. Naturally, should the situation demand improvisation, we are to disregard those instructions. Any questions? No. Then let us sally forth at once.
Okay, so observatorium. Let's camp Dragonhead first. This might also be the, guessing the last quest from the, I think 2.2 patch. So I believe it was like the first set that we did yesterday came out in patch 2.1, then these ones that we've been doing now, these last 4 ones, come out in 2.2, I think. We have 4 more quests in both 2.3 and 4, and then there's 5 in 2.5.
Hail to thee, fellow servant of justice. I take it you are one of the many tasked with transporting a counterfeit treaty blade? Clearly, you've mistaken me for someone else, sir. At ease, Sergeant. They're with us, more small folk. Keep an eye on them. Or else. But, sir, bugger me. Don't you bloody move until I get back. I say, is this land always so inhospitable? The biting winds, the endless snows. Mayhap keeping active will help me to stay warm. Oh, and should I chance to find the thieving duelist, I will of course summon you, after administering the requisite beating, haha.
And let me guess, they return. Yep. As soon as he leaves.
You're still? Wasn't there someone else with you a moment ago? Ah, you speak of Greg. He ventured outside the gates mere moments before your arrival, full eager to catch the thief, as are we. Come, Nashu. We too must answer the call of duty. You look like you might actually be useful. Why don't you have a word with my man near the east gates? We're undermanned over there.
Sure thing. And there's Hildebrand and I'm forgetting the Ken girl's name now.
No. don't think me eyes were playing tricks on me, but there's only one way to be sure. You wait here.
Inspector. Over there, look.
Nashu, that's what her name was.
What is it, Nashu? Pray tell me what you see. Aha! I see you, demon bird. You will not escape me this time. Why, hello there, my friends. Is Autumnus? Oh, it's just Greg. For a moment, I thought you might have spotted our thief. Come, Nashu, we have lingered here over long. We must egress post haste.
Okay. Hildebrand again.
There is naught out of the ordinary here either.
No luck,
We have scoured every ILM of this area to no avail. I can only conclude that, having learned that his opponent was to be the legendary Inspector Hildebrand, the duelist renounced his criminal ways and retreated into hiding.
The fuck? Chicken.
Or perhaps he is waiting patiently outside the walls for more wagons to leave. That being said, should you decide to venture into the wilderness, you had best arm yourself with more than your wits.
I appreciate your concern, Miss Ellie, but a gentleman should abstain from violence unless absolutely necessary.
I'll fight for you, Inspector. I even found a weapon to use.
By the 12, is that the self-same spear which propelled me to the Red Moon? Wherever did you find it?
It was buried in the snow.
Well, one cannot ignore the will of destiny. Return it to me, Nashu. Though I will still endeavor to avoid fisticuffs, I will be duly armed should worse come to worst. Now then, we begin our search for the duelist to the east of the observatorium.
Fucking chicken again. Is Gilgamesh gonna run by as well? Yep. And let me guess. Is that spear the one that Gilgamesh is looking for, like his weapon? So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
Wherefore art thou, my nefarious nemesis? 'Twas not the self-same creature, but one of many. Nevertheless, I know that my weapon is close by. You sense it, too, don't you?
The fucking fast forward sound.
Greg, I've been meaning to ask, why do you covet this weapon so? If you but beheld it, you would understand. In some ways it bore resemblance to a spear, but in other respects it was quite different. It was crowned with a magnificent axe blade, to which was welded a musket barrel. Twas one of the first weapons I added to my collection after arriving in these lands. Ah, how I yearn to reclaim it, the strongest of spears. That weapon of yours bears a striking resemblance to the strongest of spears. I claimed this weapon 5 years ago. Surely, you can't be serious? Grr. Now you call me Shirley? No matter, give it to me. Give it to me. This spear and I have traveled together to the very heavens. I will not relinquish it again. This spear and I have bested many a man together. I will not relinquish it again. Then we are at an impasse.
The fuck?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but, well done, Inspector. Thanks to you, we've caught the weapon thief in the act.
Miss Ellie, you are grossly misreading our dispute. Greg is a good, honest man, who I am certain has never stolen a weapon in his life. Indeed, I have not. Every weapon I have claimed was by rights mine. Each was a trophy for besting my opponent in single combat. I believe that constitutes a confession. Seize him. A confession to what? I have done naught wrong. But, you all are beyond reason. Yes, my plan to secure Greg's confession was utterly flawless, and his capture will be the coup de grace.
That's the friend. Fucking dumbass.
Well, my plan is thus far flawless. Griffin Crossing is still impassable. I know who you are, even if that imbecile doesn't, so let's not mince words. Only you have the skill to face the duelist in battle. Even so, your strength alone will likely not suffice. I suggest you muster what allies you can.
Okay. With Hildebrand. Okay. I didn't even see that he was like that. I was reading the chat really quickly.
Miss Ellie. My good woman, it is a relief to hear your footfalls. As you have doubtless deduced, I was unable to prevent Greg from escaping through the doors. I must leave the rest to you. Yes, it was I behind these doors the whole time. You took so long to arrive, I was getting worried you might have gotten lost. Long did I wonder what your role in this play was. A silent guardian, content to watch events unfold with minimal interaction. At the last, I understand, we were fated to duel, you and I. Best me, and you may have the spear. Fail, and your weapons are forfeit. Fair terms, do you not think? I will even extend them to your allies. I grant you leave to summon others. After all, it will avail you no advantage, heh. For Gilgamesh, it is beginning time.
Okay, so he made himself bigger? Oh, okay. Bell on the big bridge has been unlocked. Okay, so let's see, that should be a trial, yep. That is an 8-man. And average item level is 50. Yeah, I'm curious now. Let's see. Quick. Okay, so battle on the big bridge. And console wiki. Let's see here. Okay, so there's 2 phases. Periodically, Gilgamesh will turn one of the players into a toad. The player cannot attack or use any abilities, and the green chicken will chase and attack the player, dealing significant damage to them. Gilgamesh has a frontal cone AoE attack that has a fairly long cast time. It can be easily avoided by moving out of the way. Also has a circular AoE around himself that can also be avoided by moving out of the way. Around 30%, Gilgamesh will run across the bridge into the second column. Players need to pursue him and defeat 2 packs of ads. Way in the second boss room, there are a number of chickens instead of just one. Periodically, Gilgamesh will turn multiple players into toads. Each chicken in the room will attack one of the toads. Gilgamesh will also confuse players, making them attack their own teammates. Players must heal the affected player to max to remove the confusion debuff. It will also turn multiple players into miniature versions of themselves, reducing their damage, still increasing their damage taken. Across the boss room maneuvers, while winds appear, players should avoid them. When Gilgamesh targets a player, will then jump to that player, dealing damage to them. Okay. So I have a general idea of how it works. Go white mage. Cute. That was that way. Add too many selected there. And I got in penalty count. A little bit unfortunate, but didn't really want to go to the Castrum Iridianum or whatever that place is called again. Yeah, Iridianum. Had that selected, didn't notice. I believe there's only like I think it's 3 strikes, and then you basically get I think it's like limit to how many. You basically get a cooldown period on when you can join a dungeon, I believe. Yeah, 30-minute penalty for basically queuing up. Okay, so I guess just heal players, and especially during the second phase, just heal players up that get confused. Hell on the big bridge. Okay. Guess I might as well just
Go on, Enkidu.
one of those.
Oh, your favorite. I admit it. Fighting all 8 of you is just too much for me. Not? Ha! I lied! Empathy!
Okay.
Why, I've been had! This is far from the strongest of spears. I feel so betrayed. Goodness gracious. I, just remembered something.
And he just dropped a bomb. Time to just spam holy as per usual when there's a lot of enemies. Alright, got several chickens this time.
I quite enjoy these tussles. I feel we've gained an understanding. An understanding that I will pound you silly! Aha! Rocket punch!
And get them out of being confused.
Rocket punch! I won't go down so
Oh.
easily.
I'm a chicken, or not a chicken, I'm a fucking frog now. Okay, a few more seconds. Wait, I think all of us are chicken or frogs. Okay.
Well then. That's enough of a beating for now.
He's just running? What about the spear? Oh my god. love that we instead like doing the whole normal pose when you defeat a boss. It's just like, wait, where are you going? Oh well. Okay, there's 3 swords there of different kinds. Brand's on the ground, Nashu's there, Ellie and Riardian, I don't actually know how to pronounce it.
Alone yet still armed. Oof. In any case, he seemed satisfied with the halberd. We will proceed with the delivery.
Okay, Vespa Bay, apparently. Guess it's a good thing that we still have all these Aetherite tickets. Makes it a lot easier to actually get back here. There you are. And all the others are here except for Hildebrand. And the actual investigator.
Ah. 'Tis more magnificent than I imagined. 'Twill make a fine addition to my collection.
And with that, our business is concluded. Cheers. I genuinely mean that in your case, by the way.
All's well that ends well, right, Inspector? Though it's a shame that Greg turned out to be the thief. There you are, Inspector Briardine. Why did you not wait for me at the docks?
Wait.
Why are you all staring at me so? Oh, never mind that. Where is my treaty blade? But, didn't we just give you the treaty blade?
Disguise yourself as the client and let the treaty blade come to you. Take advantage of an existing situation to distract us from the real crime. Brilliant.
The man in red never spoke of the treaty blade, only the halberd. Moreover, he always issued his challenges in person.
Dear gods, isn't it obvious? What is it like in your funny little brains? It must be so boring.
I love his
The man in
faces.
red did not send the challenge, then who did?
Just sidestep it all and play. He actually had a proper reaction to it, unlike Hildebrand.
I believe this is addressed to me, condescending Inspector Briardine.
Jesus.
Piss off.
That was way more funny soon because of how like professional he is constantly. Like bright-eyed. It's just like piss off. Oh, it's so great.
400 years have I slept, 1,000 faces do I wear. What is yours will be mine. I shall come to claim the Lapis Maiden's virtue. A many-faced phantom thief. Interesting.
The design and the wording are the same as before. The thief who stole the treaty blade sent this.
Very well. I alone, Hildi Brand, agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, once more accept your challenge.
That's fucking stupid. Like, just being there like, wait, I was about to say something. Just showing that just fucking... just that's... this fucking quest. Is he gonna make it face something?
You want a challenge? Huh. Stand and face me, you buffoon.
Ha 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 ha. How dare you all laugh at a time like this, after allowing my precious treaty blade to be stolen. And you, Maria. Well, I suppose it is a little funny, isn't it? The two of them dashing to and fro, a pair of gentlemen mummers. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. You know, it's been far too long since we've seen a show. We should head into the city later, just you and me.
Not bad, Hildy, not bad at all. You are indeed a Manderville man. Mark my face, O phantom of many faces. For it is the face of the...
Oh. We're gonna get another cutscene thingy like next time on? Or what? This should be the like last bit of this patch's quest thing. We are being there's like claim on the maiden's virtue. Seeds of jealousy, chicken something can shrivel up bloom on the battlefield. It's battlefield. This Mandeville man find his Mandeville wife. Okay.
Hey, what's with the goggles those men were wearing? They look special. Maybe if I ask nicely, they'll give me a pair? I guess we'll find out next time.
I didn't even see any goggles. Oh, this fucking quest line. Oh my god. This has been some of the most entertaining stuff that I've experienced in the game. Holy shit. Like the fucking part where we meet Hildebrand's father, Godbrand, I guess his name is. That entire sequence. So fucking silly. Holy shit. Business, a betrothal.
Ah, there you are. I've been doing some investigating of my own since we last parted. I believe I've found our Lapis Maiden. The girl's name is Arabella, daughter of one Master Gugurmu, a prominent member of the East Aldnard Trading Company. Her eyes and hair a most exceptional shade of blue, her beauty is the talk of the Sultanate. Her purported beauty, I should say. You see, none have actually seen the girl in the flesh. Apparently her father is the overprotective sort. Some say that the maiden has never set foot outside the family's well-guarded estate. But all this is about to change. Rumor has it that the girl is to be wed. And not just to anyone, mind you, to the heir to the Brugg Air Consortium. The formal announcement is set to be made at a commemorative feast, to be jointly hosted by the two family businesses. The venue is Costa del Sol, where preparations are going on as we speak. Word on the street is that the bride-to-be will be making a rare public appearance. It is here that the thief intends to strike. I couldn't be more certain of it. Piqued your interest, have I? My sources tell me that the bride's father is already in Costa del Sol overseeing the preparations. This is one scoop I'm not going to miss, and you're welcome to come along.
Okay. Over to Costa del Sol and speak with Guguremu? Yes. Whatever, however that name is supposed to be pronounced. Ah, it's the person we saw in the cutscene, I believe.
You're not one of my associates. This banquet is for invited guests only. If you have no business here, be on your way at once.
Beg pardon, good sir. My name is Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. If I might have just a moment of...
Ah, yes, that two-gill sensationalist rag. I read your tiresome screed about the self-styled phantom thief and his letter of challenge. If you have come to tell me my daughter is in danger, I can assure you that your concern is entirely unwarranted. I have not kept my Arabella safe to this day to see her whisked away from me by some fly-by-night rogue. I have spared no expense in securing the best protection that money can buy.
What's with those goggles? And why are they smiling like that?
The brass blades of the Gerbera, an elite unit of the most lethal swordsmen in the Sultanate. They say one of them once caused a man's heart to burst just by looking at him askance. The moment they set eyes on the would-be thief will be his last. If the thief is obliging enough to allow himself to be seen. Or do those goggles serve some purpose other than making the wearer look utterly ridiculous? Consulting Inspector Briardine, your reputation precedes you. And what, pray tell, would you propose? I have promised some of the wealthiest men in the realm that my daughter will be attending the festivities. To renege on my word would have dire implications for the family trade. My proposal is a simple one, entrust the investigation to me. The thief will be in shackles before the banquet commences, and it will cost you not a whit of your precious gil. Very well. Let us see if your reputation is deserved. But consider yourself warned, greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge upon this banquet. I will not tolerate any disturbances.
Q Hildebrand.
Such touching concern for his coin purse. If only he could muster the same for his daughter. But do tell, Inspector. After he slipped under our noses the last time, what makes you so confident that you can catch our thief this time around?
Our man may boast 1,000 faces, but he has but a single modus operandi, and it is painfully obvious. A letter of challenge. A precious treasure whisked away from its rightful owner in the broad light of day.
Is that Nasha down there? Kind of looks like her. Like, it's definitely a Mikota. In her clothes, like at least the, I don't know, shirt, jacket, whatever you want to call it, kind of seems like it. Maybe her hair headband, I think she is wearing.
This tells me that our thief is an attention seeker with supreme confidence in his abilities. Doubtless he means to target the maiden using the same methods he used to abscond with the treaty blade. Even now, the fiend is in our midst, having assumed the identity of someone who will be in close proximity to Miss Arabella at the feast. I have already narrowed the field. Arabella's betrothed, Ben, would be an obvious target for our thief. So, too, would be his father, Morgant. Yalto Nolto and his wife, Sainana, the guests of honor, will give a toast to the couple's happiness. Both will be standing close to the stage where the bride-be is set to appear. Needless to say, we cannot rule out Gugurmu himself. Finally, we have Leuenhart, a steward of Gugurmu's estate and Miss Arabella's personal attendant. All the key players save for the Lapis Maiden herself have assembled in Costa del Solution. Doubtless the phantom thief lurks among them, his face concealed, gathering information and planning his course of attack. We will begin our questioning of the suspects immediately. Should you encounter any suspicious individuals, you are to report back to me at once.
Oh, the brand.
Hildebrand Manderville. I could smell the stench of idiocy and incompetence from a mile away. The pleasure is all mine, contriving Inspector Briardine. Forgive me for not revealing myself sooner. I was simply conducting a bit of preliminary undercover investigative work. Yet to see through my ingenious disguise with such ease. Yes, I dare say your powers of observation rival even my own. Fear not, friends. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have arrived to defend the maiden's honor as only a Manderville man can.
And yep, I was correct. It was Nasha that was down there, it seems. Oh, red outfit.
He does realize there's still a fish on his head, doesn't he?
Good Inspector, I realize we have not seen eye to monocle in the past. But a fair maiden's virtue, mayhap her very life, is at stake. From one gentleman to another, let us put aside our differences. Yes, I would welcome your assistance in this case. Me, assist you? Aren't you a funny man? Oh, it makes no matter. My plan is so flawless that not even your bungling can interfere this time. If you wish to assist me, you may do so by keeping watch over the suspects. In the meantime, I have a promising lead to investigate. I shall return before the banquet begins. While I know this may be asking much, do try not to do anything too stupid in my absence, will you? I would speak with you, but not here. I will be waiting for you outside Costa del Solution. Come quickly, for we do not have the luxury of time.
I'm guessing he was talking to me. I guess so. just going to check something that was written in SE chat. Alright.
You've come. Excellent. With that buffoon suitably distracted, we can get to more important matters. But before we proceed, what might I call you? An unremarkable name, but it will suffice. Now answer me this, Shauna. You were there when the Phantom Thief, in the guise of Lady Durildot, stole off with the treaty blade. Was there anything about our foe's disguise that struck you as particularly noteworthy? The obvious answer. And yet all too many, a certain self-styled gentleman comes to mind, could not recognize a clue if it hit them upside the face. Your observation is astute. A thorough inspection of the mask left behind at the scene revealed a tiny prism sewn into the fabric. It is this stone that allows him to change appearances at will. Clearly, our man is no ordinary thief. Magics far outside the grasp of the common folk are at his disposal. This, in itself, gives us insight into his identity, and his ways. And yet, this is not what caught my eye. No, from movements to mannerisms, to that utterly obnoxious personality, the thief did not merely look like Lady Durildot, he was her. Such a feat could not be accomplished by magical trickery alone. We are dealing with a clever and thorough criminal. Not content to rely on his ample powers of disguise, he studies his targets closely before assuming their identities. He emulates them utterly and completely, that not even their closest friends or family could detect that aught is amiss. All the key players arrived at Costa del Sol 3 days ago, when preparations for the banquet began. This would afford our thief more than enough time to study his would-be target. And yet, some disguises are more challenging than others. Put yourself in the mind of our phantom, Shauna. If you were the thief, whose identity would you first assume?
Guess the brass plate, I'm guessing.
Precisely. Clearly you are far less useless than the bumbling inspector whose company you keep. Strong in number, few of words. Able to come and go as they please. A fearsome reputation to scare away any who would draw near enough to realize something was amiss. An ideal entry into Costa del Sol for our man. Deducing as much, I made a point to question brass blades in the area. Little to my surprise, I learned that there was one man who had not been seen at his favorite alehouse for 3 days past. Our thief has not made a habit of wanton murder. Doubtless the poor man is lying naked in a ditch not far from here. In addition to general security duties, each of the blades has been assigned to serve as bodyguard for one or more of the guests. If the man can tell us of his assigned charge, like as not, his answer will reveal the current identity of our thief. Our thief would not have had the time to carry the unconscious man far. I will canvass the immediate area. You begin your search on the outskirts of Costa del Sol.
Okay, seems to be south of here. There he is.
Excellent. You are one of the less incompetent assistants I have worked with. Thank the gods. Please, free me from these chains before the snippers eat me alive. Tell me all that you can remember about what happened to you. And try to be brief. We just arrived in Costa del Sol. Had a brief-in of sorts. Master Guillermo gave us each our orders, who we'd be looking after and the like. Had a mind to tour the area, get my bearings. Next thing I knew, I felt a thwack on the back of my head. When I came to, here I was, stripped to my skivvies. Much to the chagrin of those of us who have to look at you. You say you received orders from Master Guillermo. Who was to be your charge? My memory's hazy, but, one was Morgant, father o' the groom. The other was a Lalafellan gent from Limsa. Yalto Nolto. Now try your best to remember. Were there any other guests with whom you were ordered to interact? Come to think of it, yes. There was also the steward, Lewinhart. I was to review with him the schedule of events, discuss the protection o' key supplies, that sort o' thing.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, when it went over the different, when he basically went over the different groups that could be potential suspects, he basically mentioned the brass blades, the father and son, basically the groom and father, or groom and the groom's father, basically. What else was it? The Lalafell couple from Limsa, I guess it was. And then the bride's father and the steward. One group has already been locked out as like that's like that is potentially where the candidate is. But the other three basically has one from each group, it seems. Basically just noticed that. I don't know why I actually mentioned it. Anyway.
Morgant, Yalto Nolto, and Lewinhart. Thank you. For an incompetent fool, your testimony has proved astonishingly enlightening. I shall see this man back to the city and into the possession of some new clothes, after which I shall return to Costa del Sol to continue the investigation. Go on ahead of me and, for the love of the gods, just make sure that imbecile doesn't cause too much trouble in my absence.
Okay, I'm basically been also following what is being said in the FC chat, because let's just say that some stuff has been happening in the FC, and there's a lot of people leaving currently. Some of the bigger players. I'm just trying to figure out like what's actually happening, like who has left and whatnot. Dear.
There you are, friend. And not a moment too soon, for I was about to commence my investigation in earnest. Tell me, did your and Inspector Briardian's avenue of inquiry bear fruit? Morgant, Yalto Nolto, and the steward Lewinhart, you say? This does not surprise me. Yes, I had considered them all exceptionally suspicious from the start. With the Lapis Maiden in danger, we cannot afford a moment's delay. I, Hildebrand, shall have our thief in shackles before the inspector returns. Fear not, friend. The inspector shall be none the wiser. Ha. If he had hoped to nab the fiend for himself, he should not have simplified the task for me so. There is one of our suspects standing suspiciously under that canopy over there. Just you wait, fiend. I shall rip the mask from your face and reveal you for the rogue that you are.
Oh no. Hildebrand, no, that's the groom's father. Hildebrand, don't you fucking do it. Please no.
Stand back, friend. The man we pursue is a criminal mastermind. The merest slip of the tongue could put our case, nay, our very lives, in danger. But have no fear. Miss Ellie. Ready your quill, that you might record my every word as I employ the time-honored art of parley, handed down from Manderville men of ages past, to reveal our foe.
I can think of few topics that would interest my readers less than your blatherings. Just catch the thief so I can have my story, would you? Don't worry, Inspector. I brought my quill and journal, too. Your adoring fans won't miss a word.
Capital. This is why you are my favorite assistant, Nashu. Now behold as I ensnare our prey with a web of words leading to his inevitable demise. Good day, Master Gugurmu. And a fine day it must be, for you most of all. Allow me to offer my most heartfelt congratulations on your betrothal to the enchanting Miss Arabella. What is this nonsense? Arabella is my daughter, you, just who in the seven hells are you, anyway? Guards. Guards. Ahahaha. Now old your chakabas, Gugurmu. I recognize the lad. This is Hildi Brand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Come to save the lovely lass from the clutches o' the phantom thief, Abbe yet? I reckon we owe the man our gratitude. Ben. The phantom thief? Balderdash and rot, if you ask me. That said, my betrothed must be quite the beauty, indeed, to have such rumors told about her. Perhaps she's worthy of me, after all. Haha. He exudes an unusual degree of confidence for such an effete, fashion-challenged youth. Most suspicious.
He's a damn sight easier on the eyes than you.
Ahaha. That's me Ben, ever calm in the face o' danger. Truly is father's son.
Doesn't even say it. The text-to-speech doesn't even say his name. It doesn't say anything here, really. It's just like a quick word, like sound or something. Instead of saying Venice, I guess. Or Venice. I don't actually know how to pronounce it correctly.
A worthy heir to the Brugg Air Consortium, and a worthy match for my daughter, I must say. Yes, I foresee many years of prosperity for our families, or family, I should say. Ho ho. Which reminds me, Master Van. Arabella asked me to convey her gratitude to you for the golden clasp you sent some months ago. It has not left her neck since the day. Oh, that little trinket? 'Twas nothing. Tell your daughter the greatest treasures in the realm will be hers once we are wed. Ahaha.
The time-honored Manderville art of parley? We'd be sleeping with the fishes now had Morgant not spoke up on your behalf. That said, nothing about the interactions between the three struck me as particularly unnatural.
Ha ha ha. Let us not rush to conclusions, Miss Ellie. A gentleman fancies a more methodical approach. Yes, everything is proceeding according to my master plan.
Whoops. I was supposed to be taking this down, wasn't I? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan.
I sought only to earn the trust of the families before confronting Yalto Nolto and Leuenhart, who have aroused my suspicion from the start. Come, we have a thief to apprehend.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, isn't it supposed to be a brass blade that is supposed to have taken, it's supposed to be the thief who's like, has been assigned to some of these people? Like, it wasn't that the case? Or am I just completely mistaken?
I've not seen your faces round here. With the East Aldnard Trading Company, are yet? Why, yes, good sir, very much with them. Some might even say we are the East Aldnard Trading Company. Ha ha ha. Oh ho. Pleasure to meet yet. Do tell, is the Lapis Maiden as lovely as they say? Sainana here's no slouch herself, but like me she's getting on in years. No offense intended, my dear. Oh, but where are me manners? Yaltonolto o the Brug Air Consortium, and this is me wife, Sainana. I look forward to many profitable dealings with you and yours in the moons and years to come. I dare say this wedding, and the joinin' together of our family businesses, couldn't be happenin' at a better time. What with all manner o' fell beasts and beastmen talking aim at our wares. Why, just the other day, a shipment of imported foodstuffs was waylaid by the mandragoras. Nasty buggers, the lot o' them. If I were 20 years younger, I'd dice them up meself and make a salad out o'. You have heard o' the mandragoras, haven't yet? But of course. I once spent a year honing body and mind with the fist of Ralgr. My fellow monks and I would chant several hundred mantra whatsits a day.
And your food stores were occasionally raided by the ruthless band of rogue vegetables known as the mandragoras, yes? Would it kill you to read the Mithril Eye and educate yourself from time to time?
A fearsome lot, they are. Rumor has it that they'll not rest until every fruit or vegetable harvested for consumption has been freed from captivity. Why, they struck at the larder here just days ago. Our supplies were decimated. Fear not, milady. I was able to arrange for an emergency shipment to replace the stolen produce. It arrived safely some time ago. Settle down, Sainana. Forgive me wife, she's always saying how meat is bad for her figure. And with that, I'd best go prepare me speech. Carry on, lads.
Okay.
Criminy. None of those three were suspicious in the least. But we must not give up hope, lest he of many faces have the last laugh. Where there is a will, a gentleman shall find a way. Come, Nashu. We must move quickly, or the Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm.
You speak so fast, Inspector. The sign of a quick mind, I'm sure. Now, where was I? Give up hope, he of many faces will laugh last, the Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. I'm not sure that captures the Inspector's intended meaning. But this is no time for us to be standing around. Inspector Briardine will be back any moment now, and he's not the type to suffer excuses.
Quite so, Miss Ellie. Fortunately, I have a plan. Let us investigate the foodstuffs of which Master Lewinhart spoke. Should we find any contradictions in his testimony, we can consider the man a prime suspect. Inspector Briardine will be back before long. Come, Nashu. This is no time to delay.
Jeez. Okay. Down there.
Crates of assorted foodstuffs and a veritable host of luscious-looking coconuts. It appears that our man Lewinhart spoke, true? Yegads. Are those explosives I spy concealed amongst these coconuts? Perhaps I spoke in haste. It would appear that we have found our phantom thief, after all.
Oh, those are mine, Inspector. I was looking for a place to set them down, you see, and those coconuts were looking awfully lonely.
Why do you have so many explosives?
Nashu. Far be it from me to cast doubt on your choice of hobbies, but what in the name of the 12 would possess you to bring your creations to an investigation?
Well, they were so helpful in jogging your memory that one time, and I just thought. Does this mean you won't be needing this piece of driftwood, either?
Your enthusiasm is always admirable, Nashu, but in this event, I fear it's somewhat misdirected. Now, set the driftwood down over there and concentrate on taking your notes like the astute assistant you are.
Let me guess, the driftwood is actually important.
I say, we are most fortunate that confounding Inspector Briardine is otherwise occupied at the moment. Were he to chance upon this scene, he would veritably explode in rage. Now, let us dispose of these things before an errant ember sends us all to a fiery demise.
Confounding Inspector Briardyne. Explode. A fiery demise. Got it. Are you sure about that? Oh. Don't look now, but someone has returned at the absolute worst possible time. You two were supposed to be keeping an eye on the suspects and staying out of trouble, yes? The inspector will have a fit if he sees you here.
But, Miss Ellie, should Inspector Briardyne come upon these explosives, the consequences will be even more dire.
Shauna and I will see that the inspector keeps a wide berth of this beach. You two just get out of here, and be quick about it.
Quick thinking, Miss Ellie. Come, Nashu, we shall return for your creations once Inspector Briardyne has been led safely from the scene. Investigation calls us, and we must heed its cry.
Jesus. These guys. My god. Alright, give me a second. I need to read some more of the FC because even more people left. Let's see. Read the stuff that I need to read. Burst of inspiration.
So Hildebrand has managed thus far not to destroy anything. Consider me something almost resembling impressed.
Haha, indeed. But enough about Hildebrand. Shauna and I have been waiting to hear your latest theories. We should go somewhere quiet and...
An excellent idea, Miss Ellie. Ah, yes, that spot just over there by the crates should suffice.
There, of all places? But surely we could find somewhere more scenic.
I am not here on vacation, I am here to solve a case. Besides, we cannot afford to have our conversation overheard. That junk-littered beach should afford us some welcome privacy.
Yes, Inspector. Privacy, indeed. Bloody hells. Don't worry, Shauna. I'll figure out some way to lead him clear of the bombs.
Is this gonna go bad? At least that's how it seems. It's what, 3 bombs? There's something about that stick that's going to be important. I'm almost certain of it.
Is it just me, or is there a bit of a chill in the air? Perhaps we should go someplace warm.
I, for one, welcome a respite from the sweltering heat. Besides, this will not take long.
If you insist, Inspector.
Just both of us looking over towards the bombs like, oh no.
Through the questioning of a brass blade attacked by our quarry, I have identified the 3 individuals most likely to be our thief in disguise. To wit, Morgant, Yalto Nolto, and Lewinhart. The 3 of us shall split up, with each of us keeping watch over. Ahem. Are the 2 of you listening?
Of course we are. Beg pardon, Inspector.
You look unwell, Miss Ellie. Perhaps you were right. I, too, feel a chill wind blowing in. Mayhap we should continue our conversation elsewhere. Ah, but there is no need. Wait here, and I shall build us a fire.
Oh no.
Ha ha ha. Methinks the inspector has taken leave of his senses. The chance of locating suitable kindling on these barren shores is infinitesimal. Here we are. This piece of driftwood should serve perfectly. And as fortune would have it, I just happen to have a flint stone on my person.
Oh no. Why are you happy? Just slowly back away.
There is no cause for alarm. 'Tis not blood that courses through the inspector's veins, but ice. I could not fathom a series of events that would lead such a calm and composed individual to lose his firm grip on that fiery torch.
Remarkable insight, Inspector. I must record these words for posterity.
Oh, why did you have to say that? That's gonna happen now, possibly.
It's flying.
What have we here? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan?
Her fucking face there.
Could this be another challenge from the fiend?
Surely you jest, Inspector. It looks nothing like his usual cards, see? Doubtless it's just the idle ravings of some madman.
Perhaps so, but we must exercise due caution. Ah, there are 2 more pages. Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. It is not the lapis maiden alone that shall come to harm.
There was a coconut over there, and there's also a palm tree there with possibly a coconut. Is she gonna sneeze and cause the coconut to fall down and hit him?
It is more direct than his previous challenges, but there can be no doubt as to the sender. But what is this talk of another victim? The final page holds the answer, no doubt.
The final page.
Confounding Inspector Briardine will meet a fiery demise.
Ah, that caused it. She's about to sneeze. This it? Oh, it landed specifically on his head. Or is it going to like fall forward or something down onto the bomb? Fucking knew it. Jesus Christ. And he's in the sand again. They really like using that model, it seems.
You saw through the fiend's ruse. But how?
ER, let's just call it reporter's intuition. Are you hurt?
A ringing in my ears, but otherwise no worse for the wear. You have my gratitude. Heil die Brand Manderville. Were you able to learn aught of the fiend who made this ignoble attempt on my life? I exhausted every effort, Inspector, yet I fear our quarry proves ever elusive. Excellent. I might have died of shock if you had. At any rate, our foe has revealed himself as no mere thief, but a madman who will resort to cold-blooded murder. We must redouble our vigilance, lest the others come to harm. Vigilance. Yes, vigilance is the order of the day. What in the name of the gods, thou's teeth? Those vegetables cost a fortune. And they're ruined. Ruined. Agent of inquiry? More like agent of injury and incompetence. You are to replace the supplies that you destroyed before the banquet begins, or I will see the entire lot of you rot in jail.
Okay. Okay, 11 heart. Let's bring to him.
What was that terrible explosion coming from the beach? Is everyone safe? Fear not, the fiend's artless attempt on my life has been thwarted. Sadly, your food supply did not escape unscathed. Master Gugurmu bids that the damaged ingredients be replaced with all speed. Good gods. This is no thief, this is a madman. As for replacing the ingredients, I fear that will prove a difficult task. Those crates contained imported vegetables of considerable rarity, you see. Vegetables that are in particularly short supply these days, what with the mandragoras at large. Even if I were to place the order immediately, it would likely take days to arrive. The mandragoras? I have heard of that fell band. Tell me, what manner of vegetables did they steal? The rarest was an import from the Far East. I do not recall the name, but it very closely resembled the Eorzean dragon pepper, save for its color, which was a deep purple. Methinks you dost worry too much, Master Lewinhart. Our course of action is clear, we need only storm into the den of these overgrown weeds and steal your precious purple dragon peppers right back. I would advise against that, Inspector. These are no ordinary mandragoras, but rather a bloodthirsty band of killers given succulent flesh. Even the brass blades of the Gerbera proved unable to resist them.
Then I guess we need to go and kill them.
Oh ho, a formidable foe, indeed. Were only there a brave soul in our midst with a want for taking on fearsome enemies with not a shred of concern for her own well-being. Your eyes, friend, they speak to me. They say, yes, I, shall vanquish these rogue vegetables and deliver the purloined goods back to their rightful owner. You are truly a godsend, adventurer. One Sundheimel of the Yellow Jackets has been charged with defending the roads from the mandragoras. If anyone would have knowledge of their current whereabouts, it would be him. Without those ingredients, Master Gugurmu is like to cook me instead. Please, friend, you're my only hope. A gentleman would never let a lady face danger alone. Let us away to Limsa together.
Okay. Let me just quickly read some more screen chat. Okay. So, off to Limsa. Okay, so where's that person? Ah, right there.
If you come for the Mandragoras, I fear you're half a bell too late. As were we, blast it all. To hear the poor merchant tell it, no sooner had he opened his cargo hold to check on a shipment of vegetables than did an onion turn on him, screeching bloody murder. Fled his own vessel in sheer terror, he did. By the time he came to his senses, it had set sail without him. The merchant left for Aleport, hoping to recoup his losses. If you've a mind to go after the culprits, you might lend an ear to his sad tale. Ah! Is the thrill of the chase not invigorating, friend? The ferry docked by Fisherman's Bottom will carry us to Aleport. Let us be swiftly on our way.
Okay, speak with the Chinese trader in Aleport.
Eek. Don't sneak up on me like that. I thought ye were a feral turnip, a murderous eggplant, or summit like that. Think I jest, do ye? Ye'd be singin' a different tune if a shot o' tomato juice almost took out your eye, as it did mine. My eye. By the time I'd regained me wits, they'd already set sail with me ship and me livelihood. I'm ruined, ruined. If I never see another bleedin' onion till the end o' me days, it'll be too soon.
Okay. Seeds of Rebellion.
To hear most say it, the Mandragoras are a nasty lot, a right pain in the arse to farmers and provisioners the realm over. But let me tell ye, friend, that ain't the least of it. Freeing their fellow fronts from our larders and tables is but the beginning. The bulbous blackguards have a far grander scheme, revolution. Madness, yes.
Okay.
Take a ferry to the Isles of Umbra and see with your own eyes. A veritable vegetable kingdom where eggplants and turnips rule with an iron fist.
Okay.
This muscle-bound fellow with the dim expression, I could swear I've seen his face somewhere before. Bugger me. If it ain't the undead overlord what fancies himself a gentleman inspector. Which would make you? Could it be? The adventurer what bested the thievin' duelist in single combat?
Yeah.
Well, bugger me and call me inspector. Tell me, is it true the duelist traveled with a demon bird whose crow could split the heavens? But that's neither here nor there. Look, I dunno about you, but I ain't so keen on the notion of callin' a bloody tomato your grace. And that's exactly the fate we're in for if we don't nip this revolution in the bud, and I mean that literally. As we speak, the Mandragoras are plantin' themselves a whole army o' their own kind on the Isles of Umbra. You'd be doin' the whole realm a favor if ye could go there and uproot them 'fore the harvest comes. Many a case have I solved in my day, but I've not matched wits with sentient plant life before. This should prove quite exhilarating. To the Isles of Umbra.
Okay. So Umbra, I guess I'll just fly there. I'm sure I can at least. What is this place actually called again? Paris? That's the one. Okay, I believe this one is actually... I think this one at least is unlocked through this quest line. At least I seem to remember that being the case from the wiki.
You feel a hostile gaze upon you.
Okay.
You feel a hostile gaze upon you.
And this is the last one. Spawn an enemy.
You feel a hostile gaze upon you.
Okay, reclaim the stolen from stuff from the Mandragores.
Friend. My pursuit of the Mandragores has led me beneath the surface. Yes, they must be down here, somewhere.
Mandragores encountered. Full sync. Okay. I guess I can try and focus down one of these first. Okay, that one is quite durable now. That's one down. Prince is almost dead, so let's just try and focus him down. Already, Prince. There we go. And then it's just this one. Okay. Nice. foodstuff to this guy. Okay.
You return. I feared you might end up a tasty snack for a crazed head of cabbage.
Okay, so foodstuffs. Go.
The stolen foodstuffs. You've saved my hide today. Oh, but I must see if those purple dragon peppers are intact. Master Gugurmu is quite particular about his seasonings.
Ooh. Can I come, too? I've never seen a purple dragon pepper before.
That wild vegetable chase was a pleasant diversion, but it is time we return to the case. Now, there must be some clue that yet eludes us.
COR. The peppers have changed color.
What's this? Peppers that possess the same powers of disguise as our many-faced foe? A gentleman must needs investigate. A striking shade of blue, quite far from the purple that Master Lewinhart described. Perhaps we recovered the wrong crate?
But look here, Inspector. The crate is clearly marked for Costa del Sol. How curious.
Did I say purple? I meant a purplish blue, or a bluish purple. The two colors are really quite similar, when you think about it. These peppers have a most distinctive hue. No man could reasonably mistake it for any shade of purple. Unless, of course, he was wearing a very particular sort of eyewear at the time. Ha! The charade is up. After the man. It is as I suspected all along, the goggles have proved the key to cracking the case. With speed, Nashu. The fiend must be brought to justice.
Okay. So, Bay's up this way. Is that the real one?
You can run, but you cannot. If you thought you could outsprint this Manderville man, you were sorely mistaken. For pilfering a priceless blade, threatening a maiden's virtue, and untold crimes against the law-abiding citizens of Eorzea, I, Hildi Brand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, hereby place you under arrest. Done in by a snipper, a fitting end for an ignoble thief. Let us see what lies behind the mask.
Doesn't have a mask.
Where am I? Who are you? Ha! Playing the fool will avail you not. I suggest you come willingly. A gentleman is not given to violence, but should you attempt to resist, I disavow responsibility for any shattered skulls and broken bones. wait. I remember now. I was on my way to meet with Miss Arabella, when... Miss Arabella. I must find her at once. My head. It would seem that this man wears no mask. This is the true Lewinhart. I swear on my life that it is so. I was en route to the estate in Wineport when one of the brass blades on patrol approached me. We exchanged greetings, and in the next instant, he turned on me. I fought desperately to defend myself, even managing to drive a kitchen knife into the man's right hand. In the end, though, he proved too strong for me.
Now that you mention it, the imposter was wearing gloves. I knew there was something suspicious about him.
There is still time before the banquet begins. Knowing our quarry, he has doubtless already assumed a new identity. And yet, he could not have foreseen this turn of events. It is unlikely that he had the time to thoroughly research his new target. Most importantly, we now know that the thief suffered a wound to his right hand. We need simply return to Costa del Sol and examine the hands of all present. An excellent plan, Inspector. While you do so, we shall accompany Lewinhart back to the estate, that we might ensure Miss Arabella's safety.
Who's that? Oh. Mandragores.
I have found you, my little ones. Let me guess, you seethe with anger at those that took from you what was yours.
And it's the thief.
Then it would appear our goals are in accord. Make for Costa del Sol and await my orders. When the time is right, revenge will be yours.
I gotta cute those little ones.
The game is afoot, inspectors. Now, what mask shall I wear to the ball?
And Wineport is apparently where we need to go to. Ah, Arabella. Ooh, we get to meet the girl.
Miss Arabella, what are you doing out here? You must return to the estate at once.
Oh, Lewin, always the worrier. Your concern is touching, but I am a woman grown. Besides, I just wanted to see the flowers.
Lovely though these flowers may be, they are as unsightly weeds when measured against your beauty. I am Hildy Brand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Please, call me Hildy.
The pleasure is mine, my lord. Much have I heard of your deeds. Tell me, are these rumors of a many-faced thief true?
I fear they are, Miss Arabella. But still your gentle heart. For as long as Hildebrand is on the case, the fiend shall not lay a twisted finger upon you. This I swear on the Manderville name.
The gods smile on me indeed, to send such a strong and handsome gentleman as my champion. And yet... You seem pensive, milady. Is something the matter? To tell the truth, this marriage has been arranged against my wishes. I do not love Vin. Why, I have not even met him. He sent me this clasp as a betrothal gift. A treasure for my treasure, wear it always, the message said. I do not care how beautiful it is, it might as well be a golden shackle.
Miss Arabella, you must not say such things. An arranged marriage to a youth you have not even met? Unconscionable.
Father says that this marriage must happen, that it is for the future of the family trade. Spoken like a true old Don. But if I may be bold, milady, would I be correct in assuming that you and your father are not related by blood? Quite so. Father found me amongst the beggars on Pearl Lane when I was just a babe. He took me in and raised me as his own. He took Lewin in as well, though as servant rather than son. You may think father a cold and miserly man, but to me, he is the man who gave me warmth and hope where I had none. I will learn to love Vin, if that will make father happy.
You cannot be serious, Miss Arabella. You are a beautiful young woman with your whole life ahead of you. Surely you would not have to look far to find a gentleman with whom you would rather spend the rest of your days.
If I have to spend another hour with you, I'm like to lose my wits. But anyway, we should return to Costa del Sol and see how the inspector's investigation fares. I, as well, must prepare for the banquet. Farewell, friends.
Poor girl. Going to be forced to marry someone that she doesn't actually want to marry. Oh, we actually get the next quest here, forgot about that.
We've not a moment to lose, friend. The time of our final confrontation with the fiend is nigh. Our foe has doubtless assumed a new identity, but have no fear. Upon our return to Costa del Sol, I shall employ the time-tested Manderville art of parley to cut through the fiend's flimsy facade. 'Tis an art that I would impart to you as well, friend, though there will be time enough for that once our foe is in shackles and Miss Arabella is safe. No doubt it shall prove as invaluable in your adventures as it has in my investigations, or failing that, serve to entertain you when you have nothing better to do. But I digress. A gentleman must away to Costa del Sol, the fair maiden's life hangs in the balance. Nashu, Miss Ellie, with me.
Okay. And back down to Costa del Sol. Guess we'll just fly there since I think this load times might just make it take equally amount as long as flying there. So we get to see some of the nice landscapes of the game, I guess.
Inspector Briardine. I have seen to the maiden's safety. Miss Arabella will be along soon. How fares your investigation? I have canvassed the grounds, but none of the guests are concealing their hands. How can this be? The thief must be somewhere.
Miss Arabella just left her estate, I hear. I suppose we'll find out soon enough if her beauty is truly a match for our own. Tee-hee.
There's no time. Without the thief in custody, we cannot risk allowing Miss Arabella to take the stage.
Okay, I'm curious now, did he always wear gloves? Because now I'm really paying attention to that since the thief doesn't wears gloves.
But, Inspector, Vin and his family will not take kindly to his betrothed's absence.
I assume that's not these three, because they basically went together and they're pretty much not possible for any of them to be one, I think. I highly doubt that's Hildebrand, because it's kind of hard to basically act like him, I guess. And I kind of doubt it's her.
That is nothing of my concern. Besides, doubtless the inspector here will think of something.
Yeah, I don't remember if he actually wears gloves normally or if he had just no gloves on.
Me. What do you propose? You're the expert at creating diversions. Can't you just knock something over, blow something up, or the like? You know, like you always do? Inspector Briardine. I knew the day would come that you recognized my many talents. Worry not about Master Van. Yes, for the sake of the maiden, a gentleman will do what must needs be done. The poor sop lacks even the wits to know when he's being insulted. Now, to the task at hand. We must find a way to conceal Miss Arabella's true identity.
Not far from here are the servants' quarters. There should be a change of clothes lying about.
Perfect. Shauna. Find some suitably ordinary garb and deliver it to Miss Arabella outside the gates. I shall proceed with the investigation.
Okay, I'm seeing a set of servant scarves from the Ruju Manor Retainer.
Has the Lapis Maiden arrived yet? I simply must look upon her beauty for myself.
Are wearing gloves.
Servant's garb, you say? I much prefer what you are wearing, but we certainly have enough rags to go around. Here you go, do with them as you will.
Okay, servant's garb.
Greetings, friend. Oh, what's this you have for me?
Sewn in a competent fashion by a reasonably talented tailor using materials of a satisfactory quality. These garments have been kept in acceptable shape and more than likely commanded a average to fair price at the market. It's a very long description.
Servant's garb? But why?
Miss Arabella. With the thief still at large, the risk of letting you be seen is too great. Change into those clothes and promise that you will not leave my sight.
But the ceremony. Father will be furious. And Lord Van.
We are dealing with a man who tried to blast me to the heavens, and almost succeeded. We cannot exercise enough caution. As for the ceremony, I have entrusted the matter to a certain gentleman. You need only concern yourself with your own safety. We should do as the inspector says, Miss Arabella. Your life is more important than this marriage, or whatever profits your father stands to gain from it.
Luan, if father heard you say such things.
I should have said them long ago. By not doing so, I have put your life in danger. But besides, we have not one, but two skilled inspectors on the case. It will not be long until the fiend is brought to justice.
Very well. I shall retreat to the carriage. Pray wait for me here. My apologies for the delay. What should I do with my banquet dress, Inspector?
Shauna. Bring Miss Arabella's dress to that bumbling inspector. I dare not speculate as to how he intends to see to his task, but I would imagine he requires all the help he can get. Now, let us return before the festivities begin.
Okay. They're the breathtaking dressed Hildebrand. What is this idiot gonna do with it?
Ah, you return. Me. I was in the act of formulating a master plan to distract Master Van at the ceremony. Is there aught I might do for you?
An expertly tailored dress, certain to make eyes bulge and heart stop.
Why, this is Miss Arabella's dress. I must admit to some confusion as to what to do with it. But worry not. I shall take it into safekeeping. And with that, I must attend to Master Van before the ceremony begins. Worry not, friend. I assure you that Inspector Briardine and I have the situation entirely under control. Why not find yourself a seat and enjoy the festivities?
Is it gonna be a cutscene that's gonna end up bad? It will basically everything just going bad.
Curses. How am I supposed to find my man with all these people milling about? Friends, family, business associates. 'Tis an honor and a pleasure to welcome one and all to Costa del Sol for today's feast, hosted by the Brugg Air Consortium and the East Aldnard Trading Company.
We trust that you've been enjoying fine food, fine spirits, and profitable conversation.
The Lapis Maiden. If even half the tales of her beauty are true, Van is the luckiest bastard in the realm. Yalto Nolto, Sainana, honored guests. It's a great pleasure to announce the betrothal of my son, Van, future chair of the Brugg Air Consortium, to Arabella, daughter of Master Gugurmu of the East Aldnard Trading Company. The couple would exchange their eternal vows ere today, that the happiness that is theirs may usher in a new era of prosperity for one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present my son's lovely bride? The Lapis Maiden, whose beauty minstrels will sing of for ages to come.
Okay, what has Hildebrand thought of?
Damn you, Hildebrand Manderville. You had one job.
Is he gonna show up in the dress or something?
She's beautiful.
Were the rabble expecting otherwise? She is my bride, after all. Milady. They say your beauty transcends even the boundaries of time. When we are wed, you will want for nothing. Pray give your hand unto me. Stars. Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. I am yours, and shall be forevermore.
God, Hildebrand, why? Why did you dress up in her outfit?
What have you done with my bride, you cross-dressing deviant? Not quite what I had intended, but I suppose it serves our purposes. Fear not, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Arabella is safe and sound. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have but assumed the maiden's appearance to ensnare the vile fiend who would take aim at her life. The fiend who now lies defenselessly before me. The game is up, Van. Or shall I call you by another name, the thief of many faces? Me, the thief? Are you mad?
I mean, he is wearing gloves.
It appears that my masterful deductions have proved beyond the grasp of your mind. Very well. Allow me to elucidate. While there is not a soul in the realm who has not heard the tales of Miss Arabella's beauty, there are but 2 men here in Costa del Sol who had gazed upon her lovely visage before today, her father, Guillermo, and her steward, Lewenhart. As you yourself admitted on multiple occasions, Master Van, you were to have your first glimpse of your bride-to-be today. Considered in this light, would you not say your reaction upon seeing my face was most unnatural? Who else could see through my ingenious disguise? Who could know at a glance that I was not the fair maiden? None save you, ye of 1,000 faces.
It's pretty obvious. Hildebrand.
And anyone else with half their wits about them.
He is wearing
How dare
gloves.
you make a mockery of my wedding day? Guards. Arrest that pervert at once. Lock him up in jail and throw away the key. Arabella. Thank the gods you're safe. Come with me quickly, there's a dangerous madman about.
Wait, how do you know that it's her?
A glove on his right hand. Could it be?
Like, how would he know it is her?
The man is a fool, but it would have behooved you to listen to him. Alas, you did not, and what is yours is now mine. That's the thief. Stop wasting your time with that imbecile and arrest him.
Drink aura time.
You
What
came
is
all
with
this
your
way
face?
for me? You love me. You really, really love me.
The fucking stretch thing they did.
The attention is most flattering, but I have taken what I came for, and now I must away. Milords, miladies, till we meet again.
Really dies. Ladies? Pretty sure that's how it's pronounced.
I hear that the real Van was found bound and gagged in a storage room. Truly, Miss Arabella, I am sorry. For what, milady? The banquet was more exciting than I ever could have hoped for. Van and his father were furious, of course, and our marriage has been called off. But perhaps it is for the best. I would find my own way to make father happy, by living my life as I would live it. It is you, Inspector Hildebrand, who taught me this lesson. For the love of the gods, somebody find him a change of clothes.
It doesn't
But
really
one
suit
thing
him.
still puzzles me. The thief's challenge said he would steal the Lapis Maiden's virtue. Yet in the end, he took only her neck piece.
Now that you mention it, Master Gugurmu told me about the clasp when it first arrived. Engraved with the mark of the sun goddess, it is one of the most treasured pieces from the Bruggeir collection, known by many as Azima's virtue. The maiden's virtue, indeed. When the next challenge comes, we must take extra care to read between the lines.
They're expecting the cards to come flying now, I'm guessing. Okay, it missed both of them. Is it going to hit? Jesus! Fucking killed that Mandragora.
Over here, Inspector. It says, ER, made you look.
Wait, what? Ah.
The fiend plays us for fools. Give that to me at once.
Yeah, those things are sharp.
Next we meet, I shall come to claim the victor's spoils. Humph, another riddle. If nothing else, it appears the thief has abandoned any foolish notions of my assassination. Still, we must ever be on guard. The fiend attempted murder once, he may very well do so again. Verily, Inspector. I must agree. One can never be too wary when dealing with a murderer. Hear me, man of 1,000 faces. You sealed your fate when you called me out by name. Mark my words, when next we meet, you will be mine. Yes, it was the Phantom Thief who was to blame for that bomb. Truly, verily, indubitably the Phantom Thief. Most certainly. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Ha.
He's over there, I guess. God, the Searson quest is so good. And next time on, Bloodbrain, I'm guessing. Seems to be leading up to that. Barley meeting game
You have
is
unlocked
now
the
available.
Barley minigame. Entertain yourself as many a Manderville man has before you by opening the toy chest in any inn room.
Next time on? Is that it? Oh yeah. So the victor goes a priceless treasure. While the smile of a champion holds secrets untold. Are 8 legs better than 1? Or better than 2? Can a Mendeville man triumph over terrors and win the day? Colosseum Conundrum.
The key to the next case is also the key to the storeroom. Be sure not to lose it.
What?
Wait, it's a real key and a figurative one? At the same time? Is that even possible? I guess we'll find out next time.
Nice job. A lot of things that just happen in the background, a lot of these cutscenes, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Fuck. Okay. Toy chest. Okay, let me just quickly take a look. Stuff here, because some more stuff has happened in the chat. Yeah, I'm curious how much is left of this quest line. Let's see. Okay, so we are about to start patch 2.4, and then we have 2.5 afterwards. Okay. At the end of this one, at the end of patch 2.4, there's a trial we need to do. I guess we'll just start it because we still have like, I don't know, an hour and 10 minutes left ish. Actually, what time is it? Oh, we only have like 30 minutes left actually before we hit the hit like 10 o'clock. Well, not really 30 minutes, but more like 37, I guess. Is usually where I end the stream. I did end up like starting the stream, I don't know, starting the stream a bit later than I had hoped. Thinking maybe we save this quest for tomorrow for the long stream and instead try and find something else we can do for the next like 30 minutes ish. Kind of thinking we could try and check out that parlay minigame. Just need it so bad. Can't speak. Just need to head back to a inn, some sort. Let's see, this way. We also check something. I should probably start spending some of my elegant tombstones of poetics. I've basically been gathering some of those because I've done the doing some mass carnival. I basically ended up doing 10 of them, so I ended up getting access to Moon Flute, which is a pretty powerful spell overall. Essentially, using it grants the effect of this waxing Nocturne, increasing damage dealt by 50% and movement speed by 30 for 15 seconds. But when the effect ends, you get the debuff Waning Nocturne, preventing the use of auto attacks, weapon skills, spells, and abilities for 15 seconds. So essentially, you get 15 seconds of like full-on power of like 50% extra damage, which if you combine that with something like Whistle, that's something like, I don't even know, like 130% extra damage if it's a physical ability you use, which if you combine that with Final Sting, that's an even bigger increase. You basically get like an extremely high boost of things. But then after that, those 15 seconds run out, you're basically just useless. You can't do anything other than just run around. Yeah, that basically gave me doing those mass carnival things basically gave me a lot of what is that called again? Allied seals, which I guess I could use to get some decent things at yeah, I can basically buy some stuff with that because those are the hunt marks for around the board. I guess I could get some of the pieces for elegant armor sets. Maybe get something so I can, I don't know, be ready with another class. I can buy like, I don't know, maybe tank gear, because I currently have already the like the full healer set, almost. I think there's like, yeah, the belt and a ring and earring are not like fully the best ones that I could have. Level 50. Technically my gear is actually kind of shit considering my current level. But considering the content that I'm doing, it's actually fine. Yeah, I might use some of those elegant tombstones for that. Anyway, we got Parley. I don't actually remember having all of these. I don't remember concentration or cheap dungeon. I know slide, because that's like sliding puzzle, pretty simple. And jigsaw is basically just you like build this puzzle. And apparently you can, I don't know, use some of these things. There's basically like bonuses to how you build stuff, like if you place a piece that doesn't have like anything connected to it, it gives a bonus. If there's a bridge, it's something, I don't know. Don't know about concentration. Ah, that's like matching game, I think. About cheap. Oh yeah, cheap dungeon. I don't understand this one at all. Like I don't get it. Tried playing it once, but I didn't know really what it did. Parlay. What's this? Grab that one. Let's go with that. I have no idea how this worked. Yeah, it would be kind of nice if some of these things actually had like explanations on how to play them, because that stuff didn't make any sense whatsoever for me. Let me actually quickly check something. I should probably turn in some of this stuff, maybe. My weapons chest is a bit full with a lot of gear that I don't really need anymore. Or that I've just gotten from what are those called again? Quick expeditions, I think it's called, that I sent my retainers on. So I guess I can go and turn those in at the Grand Company. I guess. Let's see. Expect delivery. Got a few sort of really low-level items, it seems. I do believe most of this stuff is technically still useful to me to an extent. Since it's basically just high-level gear that I could technically use for some of my classes. Thinking maybe some of this I could get rid of. So that's level 50 stuff. And I likely won't be needing that really. Let's see. That one, because that's also a belt that I don't really need. Kind of want to keep this one simply because it's looking quite silly. Although I could probably get it some other way. Thick skirt. Oh. Just taking a look at some of these things in case they actually look decent. As a glamour piece, maybe. Let's see, I think I'm gonna keep these things because I don't actually know if they might be useful for any of my characters later on. Although, Heroes Plan, let's see, strength, specifically strength, necklace and bracelets. Let's see. Aiming. Get rid of that. And aiming as well. And possibly also fending. Have one of aiming, so maybe not. Monocle of Divine Death. Sure, let's get rid of that. This one, sure. Them slops. That's a belt. And another one. Essentially, belts are probably gonna not be all that useful to me later on in the game because they're basically getting removed in the next expansion. Get rid of this bow as well. Divine Harvest. There. Embraces of Divine Wisdom. Just half bad, I gotta say. Hard for Dragoons though, so I don't know. But with the Divine Harvest, Does look half bad. Can it be... Nope, can't be colored. It's always just green, but could probably use it. Doesn't look half bad either. Keep it. Let's see, the divine light. So that is archer, bard, machinist, and dancer. Sure, let's keep it for now. Clerk's boots. Boots of aiming. Sure, let's get rid of those. Skirt of aiming. Sure. Hero's belt of striking. No, what? Sure. Gloves of aiming, let's get rid of those. Augmented sword and tabard of aiming, how does that look? Okay, that actually looks pretty dope with that effect. And it can be colored. And it's even the main part that gets colored. Okay, I might keep that one. That one looks pretty dope. I'm guessing it's maybe just the augmented versions of them. Maybe keep this one. Let's be colored. Guess that one could work out. Trousers of striking. Guardian, Historian, Choker. There's a bunch of like Guardian stuff. I might just keep some of this in case. That's not level 50 stuff. Don't remember actually, did I buy those things? Ah, yeah, I did. I was wondering if I had gotten the Bardings with Chocobo. Let's see, we still have like 20 minutes left before we hit the 30-minute mark. You think I could... Wait, guess I can go and check my retainers. Not gonna take a whole lot of time, but I can do it. Who knows, maybe we have something interesting that we can get. Guess maybe I could also try and buy some of that tombstone gear and see what I can get with it. See how many pieces I can get at least. Okay. Something blades. Is that it's only used in this weapon? Misericords. What is... I don't actually know how to pronounce it, but... It don't look half bad, but it's just kind of weird that it's only used for that. Oh well. Vigil ring bands. I guess they could work for some. Glamours. It's usable for any discipline of magic. While we're at it, might as well just grab all the gil that they have earned by selling stuff. Nice, 700,000. First time I've gotten that without borrowing some gil. Okay. Let's see. Maybe go to the gold saucer quickly, because I guess we could do the keg pot thingy. 'Cause I haven't done that today. As you might have noticed there, it said the Mandible gold saucer. This entire place is basically owned by the Mandible family. Yeah. They are rich as hell. Alright, so we got a 3 in that spot. It's just using that one. That's number 8. Okay, it wants me to check that one. That's a 1. And that's a 7. We don't get a big amount of cash. 300 still. Big one though. Okay, so we got 7, 4, 3, and 6. We can't get the big one either. 32. Okay, we got a 4, a 3, a 9, and it's basically giving me either these two or these two to check. So let's go with, I guess it's a 6. Okay. And yeah, it was possible. Basically 1, 2, and 3 needs to be lined up in order to get the big one. Oh, and I sold some more stuff. Nice. This way, while we're here, we can quickly sell this card because I already have it. And don't have much else to really do. Since basically wouldn't have really a whole lot of time to do any of the mandible quests here at the end, since it was only like what, 30 minutes ish, or 40, almost 40 minutes. Basically do it. It's basically play in where I was gonna end the stream. What is that? Oh wait, is it? There's probably an event down here. And I'm going to assume that it's probably the one relating to, I think it's the slices, right? I think it's called. So we can climb up here and we can see Mandible dance. So we can basically do this thing now. Just pretty nice. Like, this entire quest line so far has been just fucking great. it's been silly as hell as well, but it's been great, and like this is a great reward from it. Just, it's a silly dance. What more could you want? Plus, it's gotten like just before you basically get an even sillier cutscene. Probably one of the most silly things that I've seen in the game so far. This entire quest is basically like worth it. Like, I'll say this. Even if you don't want to play Final Fantasy, if you want to experience a masterpiece of a quest, just try the trial, get to level 50, and do the Mandeville quest. That's all you need to do. Or the Hildebrand quest line. Just do that one. Make it to the, what? Was that like the second part of the, like basically get through the first 4 quests, which are kind of like, they're okay. They're not like the funniest things ever. Like, just experience this thing because it's so fucking dumb. It is so dumb, but in such a good way. Like, holy crap. This is such a fucking good quest line. Can't wait to basically finish it up tomorrow and see like what more we get, and also possibly getting the trial that's gonna give me. I don't actually know which one it is. Oh, this one is basically the Dragon Snake we're gonna unlock tomorrow from the 2.4, I believe it is, quests. I believe. Hold on, let me actually check. No, okay, so I thought the Pharaoh Cyrus was part of the Mandeville stuff. Nope, it is not. Yeah, the Dragon's Neck is one we're gonna unlock tomorrow, and then there's Bell in the Big Keep. Which is apparently supposed to hold a. Okay, there's 3 spells we can get from the Dragon's Neck. Nice. Bell in the Big Keep. That's a useful one. Any others? Any of those? Doesn't seem like it's. It doesn't really seem like it's. Yeah, no more of them. I guess we can basically get several Blue Mage spells from those dungeons, or those trials. Might have to be a bit higher level in order to actually solo those trials in order to get them, or I'll have to basically get a party to basically work together with me in order to get it. Yeah. Don't really have anything else I can really think of. We have like 10 minutes left before it would basically hit like 10 in the evening, which is when I usually end the stream. Unless of course it decides to go over, but I kind of started the I don't know, quest, or started the stream a bit late, so yeah. Also, give me a second, what the hell is this thing that's been linked now? Person in the FC just linked something, YouTube video specifically. Okay. So yeah, let's just say I think this FC that I'm in might be slowly losing a lot of its big players, like the probably most known members, because already it's lost a lot of them. I'm not gonna go into details on like what actually happened, but let's just say that one of the members, one like the highest ranking members in the FC, basically, I guess, had some beef with another member, and apparently decided to make a really weird joke that I think most people wouldn't consider a joke, because apparently they were really mad, and it was basically a joke that is not okay to make, because that is an extreme accusation that they're throwing around. That is like a really bad accusation. That basically caused and like they didn't have any proof as far as I know. We've seen like chat logs that basically the person that was accused and the accuser talking to each other, and there was apparently no proof of anything. So as far as we know, the person that got accused is completely innocent in this, because apparently it was also just a joke. But yeah, that thing basically just started, I think like Tuesday evening. It's basically where that whole thing happened. The person was kicked, kind of apparently got invited again, got kicked again. And then it's earlier, like yesterday evening, I think after the stream, let's just say that shit hit the fan, and I think one person basically like agreed with what the original like accuser said, and that caused basically an entire shit show in the FC chat, resulting in some people getting just straight up kicked because the FC leader, who was the one being accused, they were just like, yeah, stop talking about it. We're not gonna talk anymore about it. It's false claims, everything, all that stuff. Some people were kicked, and some people just left because for some reason a member that had joined like 3 hours earlier to the whole shit show starting, like in the chat, they had joined. They might even have joined like just before it. I don't even know if they were one that was known in the FC before or not, but according to the log, like the activity log, they had just joined. And let's just say that they didn't exactly help the situation. Basically, think like people are trying to sort of like have somewhat civil discussions, and then there's a person throwing around insults and calling people special snowflakes and other weird insults that don't really make any sense because they're not technically insults. But they're basically being a bit of a, I don't know what's called them, kind of just annoying in general. But yeah, they didn't help. A bunch of people ended up leaving, and here throughout today with the stream, I've seen like, I think a couple were married not too long ago in the FC. One of their another pretty, and both of those were like semi big in the FC in terms of like how often you saw them and like reputation of like being some of the bigger ones in the FC. Another big one yesterday, a pretty big one, left really early on because they just couldn't deal with the whole drama that was happening. And like, what, 5 minutes ago, another somewhat pretty big one also left. Yeah, it's kind of a shit show. I don't know if I'm going to stay exactly in the FC for too much longer, because it seems like a lot of the people that I actually interacted with have left. I am going to stay in it for just a bit longer, mainly because I have some plants growing in my FC room, and I don't want to lose those. I basically planted them like yesterday, so they should apparently be ready here Saturday at some point. Possibly slightly earlier if I keep using fertilizer on them. I guess I can quickly go and throw some more fertilizer on it. I'm basically just trying to grow some cracker root. Because I can't run out of some stuff to basically feed my chocobos. Feed my chocobo. I don't have several, I only have one. Yeah, I basically need some reward thing to give it, or to basically give it a decent amount of XP without having to do anything. And I can do it like every hour, and it gets like 7,000 XP. And that's some pretty cute cutscenes in between. 7,000 for Artorias. You can also feed others, which there's actually an achievement for that. They've actually done even more in here now. Some lights, small fountain-esque. Actually don't. I guess this isn't. Oh, I guess it is. Ah, it is water. Old tree. There, they have placed some seating here, I guess. It's a pad you can sit on, I guess. The underground and, or the cellar and basement and second floor is still not available. Because apparently they decided that, hey, let's spend a bunch of the I think it's like 300 spots or items you can have. Yeah, there's like 300 things you can place in the inside that house, since it's a medium one. And for some reason, I don't understand why they decided, hey, let's just put like a bunch of like large, they're kind of like alcove pit things. I think I can actually possibly find it here. Yep. It's basically these things that they had a ton of out there that basically made up the entire floor and ceiling and everything. And also the steps. And it's basically just like shoved through the ground and technically through the like through the ceiling, or to make the ceiling up there, and also through the ground. Technically, unless it's not possible anymore. That's this. You can basically take your way down stairs. That's the staircase up, so so if I sit on the ground now, we're now at the like ground floor. And as you can see, there's a shit ton of those beds, and I don't get why you would basically use these like to make your floor, because the floor is fine, one that you normally get. But I don't understand why they decided like, hey, let's make the entire FC like this instead of, I don't know, placing things that we can use, like having a hangout goal like to begin with when we like to start with when this FC house was bought, which I think was actually, I think it was yesterday. Yesterday or Tuesday that it was bought. I think it was actually Tuesday. We basically had like a bunch of food that was just placed on the ground here, nothing really over in this sort of area. And over here we basically had like some of that sofa, just like going this way, essentially like this way and then a little bit that way. And then we had a bathtub with a shower head standing, and for some reason someone was just like, hey, one of the others, I guess they were their friends, jump in the bathtub and do hot tub streams. That was their idea. Because hey, then we can earn some money or something, I don't know. But yeah, we had a, I think, wait, where's the fish tank? Huh. Yeah, we basically had a fish tank like sitting over here as well that you would jump into and over. Yeah. Anyway. We've gone past the 8 hour or 10 o'clock now, so I guess this is as good as time as any to just go ahead and end the stream. Yeah, let's see who is currently streaming that I could host. Let's see, we have let's see. There's RG Games playing some Subway Midnight. I don't know what that is. There is Hive with Bank of Blood and Cyril Lenny with Inscription. I think it's called. I don't really know what that is. But, oh well. Let's see. Guess we can go with. Let's go with Kive. Yeah. Anyway. The next stream should be tomorrow. It's gonna be one of those slightly longer streams, 6 hour-ish. Unless, of course, something ends up preventing me from doing it. There shouldn't be anything, hopefully. Hopefully I'll also actually start the stream at the proper time. It should be around like 4-ish that I should start, I think. Like 4 in the afternoon. But yeah. Oh yeah, also I think I have a more concrete day for when the what is it called again? The collab that I was talking about yesterday. I have a more like concrete date for that, and I believe that was possibly on the like November 5th, so that means Friday next week. That might be when, if it ends up being anything, that should at least be the time where the, what should I call it, the collab should happen. Then I basically said to someone on Twitter called Sakura Mochi. She was basically like, hey, anyone want to play these? Like, I don't know, Among Us or Minecraft, do like a collab. And I said, sure, I can do either. And then there was a poll, Among Us won, and now she's trying to find some more people to actually play Among Us, because yeah, she can't really find enough of them. Or at least not enough people actually said that it would be, or said that they want to be part of it, I guess. So yeah. Guess we'll see if that ends up being a thing then. Anyway. I'll probably just go ahead and end the stream here and just post XIV. Yeah. I guess that'll just be it. So I guess I'll possibly see you guys tomorrow, and if not, then hopefully Sunday or some more Final Fantasy, I guess. Thinking that tomorrow the plan is probably to finish up the Hildebrand quest line, and then I don't really know what else to really do at this point, other than just continuing with the Heaven's Ward story, because there isn't really anything else that I can think of doing right now that I at least know of that I could do. I mean, there's a ton of dungeons and trials, I guess, that could unlock that are like hard versions of other ones or extreme versions that I guess I could unlock, but yeah, I don't really have any interest in doing that necessarily right now. Yeah, I guess just Hildebrand tomorrow, and if there's enough time for it, Heaven's Ward. So yeah, guess that'll just be it. So I guess until next time, guys, I'll see ya.